Good morning and welcome to Sports Chat this Monday morning. I'm your presenter, Robin Toskin, and I'm very sure that you are looking forward to a big week because on Saturday, that is the 3rd of October, the World Continental Tour Championship will be held here in Nairobi, and everyone is looking forward to seeing some of the world stars coming to Nairobi. And of course, on Sunday, a big day again, Eliud Kipchoge taking on Kenenisa Bekele in the London Marathon. That is a big weekend for us. Saturday, Sunday, you'll make sure that you stay glued to the KTN news for all the updates, matters, marathon, and of course the World Continental Tour that will be held here in Nairobi. And of course the English Premier League, the Kenyan football scene is also witnessing a lot of stuff going on, and we are here all the time to appraise you on that. And today we want to start our program with a discussion regarding the position of the Sports Cabinet Secretary, Amina Mohamed, who is, lobbying, gunning for that position of the WTO Director General. And Kenyan athletics icons have been led by indomitable marathon record holder Eliud Kipchoge, have given moving appraisal of Sports Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohamed as she guns for the Director General post of the World Trade Organization. The second round of voting is currently underway until October 6, when the 164 members of the WTO will pick the final two contestants. Sports Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohamed, former Nigerian Finance Minister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, South African Trade Minister Yo Myung-hee, Saudi Arabia's Mohammed Al Tuajri, and former British Minister Liam Fox are in the reckoning. WTO, which has never had a leader who is a female or from Africa, hopes to select the winner by early November to replace Brazilian Roberto Azevedo. Now, I've been talking to people within the sports circles here. They are saying that Amina Mohamed is now in the semi-finals, and if she makes through to the finals, then it will be a big day for Kenya. But there's been a lot of talk around her, what she's been able to perform as, or she continues to perform as the Cabinet Secretary for Sports. A lot has been said about how she has conducted herself, how she has led the sports docket. And at that point, I would like to bring to you, that is Milton Nyakundi, seasoned sports journalist, who will help me to discuss Amina Mohamed as she guns for that position. Milton, karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Robin.
Yes. The weekend was full of surprises. Bayern Munich beaten last night. Manchester City were also beaten. And we also seen locally AFC Leopards have unveiled their jersey ahead of the new season. We don't know when that season will begin. What was your great big peak over the weekend?
Well, to be very honest, I think the moment for me was on Saturday, that dramatic United game. As long as it played, the penalty was taken off. The referee had blown the final whistle, but yet the United supported, then that is welcome 2 points. The controversy around is something that and that was really the moment. And then yesterday, if we lose the way we did, is exposing what might be an interesting season. In Germany, losing, Bayern also losing. I think statements are being made. Nyayo Stadium reopening. Wow. For a good moment for we that thrive where sport is happening. So yeah, that will be the weekend.
You mentioned about the reopening of Nyayo Stadium. One of the biggest players in that reopening was actually the president himself, President Uhuru Kenyatta, and he was flanked by the Cabinet Secretary for Sports, Ambassador Amina Mohamed. What are your quick thoughts about the reopening of Nyayo Stadium? Is it a big thing? Is it what we expected?
Well, to be honest, it's long overdue. Remember, This facility was supposed to be ready more of 2 years ago. And you ask yourself why it was delayed, but yeah, finally it has been delivered. I have to be honest, the personally I wasn't there for the reopening, but I've seen some of our colleagues asking questions that there are certain expectations that have not been met in terms of how the facility was intended to look like. But be as it may, it's a good thing. I mean, what can now be done? And what a way to welcome the new facility. The World Continental Tour coming up in 4 weeks now.
Yeah, for 5 months, the Standard newspaper put it as such, of renovation, and we expected that maybe we should have had maybe a canopy over the terraces, but that did not happen. There's the swimming pool, which is incomplete. There's the basketball gymnasium and even the handball court. Nothing has really been done. But if you look at the surface of Nyayo Stadium, well, you can say some work was put in, the dressing room and all that. Do you think that for now it will serve the purpose, but that, as the president said, that this facility should be taken care of and those that are under construction should be finished in time, at least for opening in December?
Of course, it will serve the purpose. The question is not with funding. What is important, and that is where that is the elephant in the room, is do we have the right attitude, the right mentality around those in charge of it? And already we could see what came on is that already on the surface, on the playing surface. And you and I know what that does to the playing turf. And that is anything. And obviously, we are not taking it as seriously as we should. Maintaining the facilities is going to be a question. I hope when football eventually ends, our parties will behave themselves and not have the kind of vandalism that we have seen in the past, where people, use the laboratories and they vandalize. Seats being vandalized. So I really want to call upon the people, funds, or whoever the privilege of using the facility, to be able to take care of them as their own. Because then that is the biggest questions that will be there. Is it going to be fully supplied with water so that all the amenities are functioning, all the fitting? Let's not our people vandalize the facilities, the fittings in the room, so that it can serve the purpose that it is intended to serve. For now, I think the jury will be out when all these things are moving back.
Yeah, I think it will be up to the Director General of Sports Kenya, who is in charge of maintenance of all those facilities. And the President was very categorical that those facilities should be taken care of. And we've seen what has been done to Kasarani. They do the renovation and then people go in there and vandalize. The question has been, how is the security then guaranteed for all these facilities? But now, moving on to Amina Mohammed, the Cabinet Secretary for Sport. She came in at a very difficult time. The government allocated a lot of money for the construction and renovation of some of these stadia. But now, she's gunning for another job at the WTO. Do you think Amina has done enough now that we can say, fine, Kenya can now donate her to WTO, or we still need her to do the kind of work we've seen, the way she's pushed the refurbishment of Nyayo Stadium?
That's quite a mouthful. To be very honest, I do not think she has been that is a form in terms of how she has handled the docket. Of course, the challenges that sports pose are unique. And yes, the media are booming, but you also have to give credit to where it is due that this is something that you and I know that as a matter of principle, the president has taken a personal initiative and has been asking the tough questions himself. It is the accounting officers, and you also have to give credit to the PS who was coming and he has personally taken as an initiative to follow up what is happening. Where contractors were not performing or did not have the capacity, we know that they have been discontinued and new ones. The government has taken a decision on that. And we know that on December 31st, and deadline was. I sit as a sports journalist and a stakeholder in the industry. I have my reservations about how to rate the CS. But we do know that, she has a good track record. She's a career diplomat, and therefore going to WTO perhaps would be like going back to water. In terms of sport, I still have a lot of reservations with how they have handled it. For the reason that people are seeing a lot of, and I want to say this without fear of contradiction. She has been lukewarm where she was expected to take positions. She has failed to speak when the sports fraternity is yearning to hear that voice. And sometimes people have been asking themselves, what is the government position on this or the other thing? And he has not, in my respectable view, not been as forthright as is expected. Sports people here,
I will allow you to. I'll allow you to dissect that more, especially in the bit of governance and all that. That she has not come out, forcefully to put the government position and in terms of what the law says, in terms of the Sports Act. But then, I want us first of all to begin with the stadia, the refurbishment, because she came in at a very difficult time. The contracts had been awarded, and the other day we just seen that Cameroon contractors have been ejected because of the sluggishness in terms of the construction. Now, do you think that her energy combined with the energy of the PS in sports ministry can really help us, move forward the conversation of infrastructure?
Absolutely, Robin. And that is why I said sports doing what it is. It is always teamwork. So you have to give credit to that bit of having a team player and, bringing on, and the president, when he made the changes to the government and brought in the PS, Mr. Joe. Although I think I don't want to give unnecessary praise and individual, but I think you have also to give it to the PS for how he has taken it up in himself. But for the CS herself, like I have said, I respect her. I think they have done well, but then for me, she has let me down in time. Articulating that government position as forcefully as it's required. And what we have seen is that we have a sports sector that has run riot. We are having people left, right, center, not following the law for what it is. And sometimes when the minister the CS is expected to be the one to articulate that government position, she has not come out to do so. as strongly as it was expected for some of us. And the outcome of that would be...
But someone will say, Milton, someone will say that her hands are tied. If I'm very sure you are coming from the point of view of what is happening within the Football Kenya Federation. Football Kenya Federation operates under the FIFA statutes and all that. And you wouldn't expect her to really come out guns blazing and say, this is the position of the government because this international statute, governing FKF. Would you want to take that on her, that she hasn't given, articulated the government position clearly?
Yes, I will, Robin. And there is a very simple argument that I have been making, that international affiliation does not set aside the application of Kenyan law to any institution that is registered in accordance with the law. And I am not saying that I expected her to come out guns blazing and dismiss FIFA. I'm simply saying that where there have been governance questions in federations, and not just football, we are talking about football because of how it has been extended. Mm-hmm. But I mean, the law is like lawyers love saying, and now I'm a student of law, the law is very, very clear. And it is my expectation, Robin, that then he's a diplomat, being a diplomat that he is, she would know how to be diplomatic about it, but very firm about it. So I am not in any way suggesting that we should have come out with a bazooka against the likes of FKF and others. Mm. I am simply saying that she needed to be more articulate, she needed to advise the government, the president and the government for that matter, but some of these things, this is what, and perhaps my take would be that maybe she surrounded herself with some of the people that are not very good people who do not want the best, who do not want the sector to be streamlined. Mm-hmm. I am avoiding what that is obvious in your mind that she didn't get the right advice, and she may have been relying on cartels and certain individuals who do not have the best interest of sport at heart. I respect her. She's a good human being, a very, very good person at heart. But sports, if you don't get the right advice, then those corridors can be very dark.
Can be very, yeah, I understand. And we just want to wish her well because she's gunning for that position of Director General, and the sporting world, especially here in Kenya, would really be happy to see her also get another job. But what she has started is one thing that we would like to be, moved forward. I remember we just saying that the second round of voting is currently underway and it will end on October 6th. If she's successful, she'll move to the final because the list will be whittled down to 2. Currently, we have 5 people contesting for that position, and now the CS, Mina Mohammed, has actually made it to the last 5, and we hope for the best for her and also for Kenya. Of course, there is, Milton, there is a matter of the World Continental Tour that is coming up on Saturday, and we expect a lot of movement beginning today to know who is coming, who is not coming. And of course, during that World Continental Tour Championship, which will be a one-day affair, you'll have several disciplines. You will have the steeplechase, 5,000 meters, there's the javelin. So Kenyans will be treated, to a good championship because most of the world beaters will be here. And Milton, what do you think about the whole idea that we are hosting the World Athletics Continental Tour for the first time?
A long overdue feat, Robin, if you ask me, it should have happened many before this, but everything has its first time, and at the appointed time, the right thing will happen. It is exciting to to finally look forward to hosting a world such an event in Nairobi. I know we've done the IAAF event and we're looking forward to having another. But for now, I think it's a good thing. The world is coming to Nairobi, the best of the best athletics are coming to Nairobi. And I can't wait to see Nairobi lead and the best of the best taking to that track. It will be interesting to see how the times will come through, considering that this is a high altitude environment. I would expect that that will be a very interesting aspect to look out forward to. That does not dampen the spirit. Kenyans are always competitive. I know our neighbors from Ethiopia and the rest of the world will be here. So let us having our best foot forward in terms of our organizational capacity, in terms of how we feel. We put forth our hospitality levels. We have no doubt about it. So let the world come to Nairobi, and we see Kip Keino. We will be looking forward to filling up Nyayo Stadium. The allowance of 6,000 people, I think that will be a good thing. Is it 3,000 or 6,000?
They said 6,000. I hope they will stick to that because of the COVID issues. Thank you very much, Milton. But just before you leave, I want just to ask you a question. Kenenisa Bekele versus Eliud Kipchoge. Who do you think is winning on Sunday?
I'll be biased about it. Obviously, Eliud has an edge. He is a performer. But you cannot rule away the competition and the size of the fight in Kenenisa. So it will be an interesting one to watch come Sunday. But I want to wish whoever, obviously I want Eliud to win, but I also want to wish that whoever body responds, whoever will be in shape, let that be the victor. The competition is between the two gentlemen.
Thank you very much. That is Milton Nyakundi, a sports journalist and our resident analyst. We want to thank you so much for coming through. And as we began, we said that this is a big week. On Saturday, there's the IAAF or World Athletics Gold Championship. It's called the Kipchoge Classic. And then on Sunday, the London Marathon. Now we want to finish it at that point. Until next week, I'm Robin Toskin, but now we are taking a short break, and when we come back, Michael Gitonga will continue with the rest of the program.